Ryan Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. And it's going to be the Sixers off the tip.
I got him.
Shot, left block. George. Outside Grimes. Screen by Embiid. Pass to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second chance effort. George with another miss.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
And the Spurs willing to be patient with this rebuild, but when De'Aaron Fox became available, Grant, they did not blink.
Yeah, he's just too dynamic to pass up and still young enough to grow with their core. Now it's about making the pieces click.
Now here's Wembanyama. And he buries his first look.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Here's George. Outside Oubre. Embiid inside. And he buries his first look.
I love the confidence Embiid plays with, especially this close to the rim.
Back to Wembanyama. Joel Embiid pulls it down. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. He talked about how difficult it is to match up against Victor Wembanyama. Coach said the biggest concern is Wemby's defense. His rim protection is game-changing. But he told me that it doesn't mean settling for outside shots. It means ball movement and spacing the floor will be key. Brian, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Now here's Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Here's Maxey. Down low. And then Embiid with the dunk.
At 7 feet tall, Embiid looks to dunk often, especially when he's got good position.
Three from Barnes. The rebound by Maxey.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Back to Grimes. Pass to Maxey. Oubre on the wing. Philadelphia moving it around. Late clock, the Sixers need to put one up here. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama.
With his length and energy, Wembanyama has the ability to be a game-changing defender.
San Antonio leading. And here's Castle. Pass to Wembanyama. Back to Barnes. And here's Wembanyama. 6 to shoot. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Outside Maxey. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
And that's the hunger that Embiid plays with. He just gobbles up the miss and goes back up for the score.
Back to Wembanyama. Can't hit from in close. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Philadelphia shooting their first foul shot of the game. Maxey, no good on the free throw. And for the Sixers, the growth of Tyrese Maxey has meant everything, Grant.
Oh my, his growth both with his play, but also with his leadership has meant a lot. And he has such a joyful energy. It really helps pull this team together.
For three, George. And Wembanyama has the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. Pass to Champagnie. Now here's Vassell. Out to the right wing. Fires from deep. San Antonio again missing.
finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Now Embiid. He has 6. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Right side, Wembanyama. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Embiid gets the bucket.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Oh, got that one up quick.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
The Sixers trailing. Screen by Embiid. Out to Oubre. Outside Maxey. Stolen by Castle. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. The 3 from Wembanyama. Rebound by Philadelphia. Left side Maxey. The 3, George. Finally gets one to go. That makes him 1 for 5 in this game.
Yeah, just a drop in the bucket for PG-13. He will roast you from the corners if you let him.
Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to go on Paul George.
Second team foul.
Stan, the big man, Victor Wembanyama, has set a new standard for shot blocking.
Yeah, look, B.A., we've had some great rim protectors in this league, but he can also do it on the perimeter. I've seen guys turn down 3-point looks because he's standing in front of them.
Pick by Oubre. Pass to Drummond. Back to George. The shot's good. George has got 5 now.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Now here's Maxey. Still without a bucket. Barnes comes with a double team. Drummond inside. It's stolen by Barnes. Blocked! It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Drummond. Can't get it to fall. San Antonio trailing here. Here's Wembanyama. Soft touch off the glass. 11 points in the game.
All too easy for Wembanyama. He feels like no one can defend him inside.
Pass to Drummond. The kick out to Maxey. Philadelphia moving it around. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. And the 76ers lead by 1. And the chess match continues.
7 lead changes already, and we're still in the first half.
And here's a timeout from Mitch Johnson. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Castle with it. Yet to see a basket. Outside Barnes. Pass to Champagnie. Over to the wing. Just 4 to shoot. San Antonio needs to get off a shot.
Nice decision by Castle. I mean, this guy is a great teammate.
Deflects the pass. Castle on the wing. Pass to Cornet. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Pass to Cornette. And that one is hammered home.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight
And Drummond with the jam.
reel. Well, that's about as high percentage of look as Drummond's going to get. Nice job inside.
Pass to Barnes. There's the three. Knocks down the triple. Barnes has got 6.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's George. He's got 5. 5 to shoot. They grab their own miss. And Drummond with the jam.
And B.A., he takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Good work there as it goes. Give him 8.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Pass to Watford. It's stolen by Barnes. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Tyrese Maxey trying to do it all for his team. He said, I think the biggest part is leadership. I need to lead by example and lead with my voice. I have to play well, and if I do that, I can demand respect with my play. But I really want to set a good example just by how hard I work. Guys, back to you.
Great mentality. All right, Allie, thanks a lot.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
How about Castle? He'll take any chance he gets to finish with power.
The 3. Rebounded by Champagnie. Spurs lead by 9. Over to the left wing. From deep, Harper. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Maxey surveying the D. Watford outside. Back to Maxey. Watford with a screen. Maxey with it. Castle covering. To the inside. Watford. That one's in there. Drummond with the assist.
Boy, oh boy. Both teams lighting it up to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
And so it's San Antonio finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. They've been lights out from deep.
33.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for San Antonio?
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
Vassell with the rebound. San Antonio leading by 8. And for all the optimism, Grant, the Spurs having to navigate some tough seas with health challenges.
Yeah, the legendary Greg Popovich moving to a front office role. Then Wemby suffering a blood clot too. Some trying times, but this team's foundation of togetherness has helped.
Wembanyama on the move. He hits again. 7 for 13 and looking confident.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value, and nice to see him delivering.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Outside Maxey. Here's Watford. And the three-pointer goes. Watford's got 5.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. To the wing on the left. Here's Cornette. Offline with a 3. 76ers trail by 12. Pass to Maxey. Driving in. Puts up a 3. The shot by Watford, no good. So it's San Antonio now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Vassell outside. Here's Wembanyama. Wemby putting on a show.
Yeah, on any given night, this is what Wembanyama is capable of. He can put on a one-man show.
Outside Maxey. Inside. Here's Drummond. Philadelphia moving it around. And that one drops for him. Give him 8.
Well, he knew the contact was coming. Drummond took it anyway and finished.
Left side, Wembanyama. Pass to Cornette. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Here's Watford. Back to Maxey. Now Drummond. And Drummond with the jam.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. To the paint. Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Wembanyama barely even has to elevate when he throws it down.
And Grant, when talking about certain players, we hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
You know, it's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as important as putting up those points.
Oh, the body control and balance from Wemby.
Well, overcoming contact inside is something Wembanyama is pretty accustomed to.
And here's Maxey outside. And Drummond with the jam.
Just a big play at this juncture of the game. Second chance points could be the key for them.
Impressive effort right there. That's what they need to mount a comeback. Now here's Castle. Ball stolen. Fast break. Here comes Philadelphia. Outside Maxey. Lets the 3 fly. Knocks it down from distance. Maxey's got 5 now.
And just so good at playing at high speed. Maxey gets the ball and takes the fast shot.
Right side, Wembanyama. Pass to Cornette. Castle outside. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
You know what they came to see? Me, never on my level, even if we in the same league. Talking too much on the court, you a big squeak. Don't make me cross over, watch your kick squeak.
The Spurs making a switch here. 76ers trail by 10. Vassell outside. Drives to the hoop. Rebound by Philadelphia. Here's Embiid. Give him 8 points now. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to go on Luke Kornet. Well, Grant, if you had to say, is there anything you think is underrated about Embiid?
You know, B.A., I think it's his intelligence. Joel's a heady player. Sometimes big men don't get enough credit for their smarts on the court. Embiid knows the game.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
It's stolen by Oubre. Kicks it to George. Spins. Outside Grimes. No good on the three.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Kornet sets a screen to the middle. That's good. For the day, he's 4 for 6.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And out of bounds, San Antonio will have it. San Antonio leading by 10. Here's Castle. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's George. Misses from short range. And San Antonio has possession. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
Yeah, I love the use of the shot fake by Embiid. Smart basketball there.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe.
At the line for Philadelphia.
And Embiid drops them both.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Outside Wembanyama. Outside Barnes. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. 76ers trail by 12. And here's George. 5 points in the game. Out to Oubre. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Embiid. Stolen by Vassell. Wembanyama with it. Guarded now by George. Nice shot by Wembanyama.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on, they're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
It's stolen by Barnes. Here's Champagnie. Back to Barnes. Right side, Wembanyama. Oh, and the jam by Wembanyama.
And when Victor dunks it, it sometimes looks like a toy hoop, doesn't it?
Pass to Oubre. And out of bounds. San Antonio will have it.
Spurs ball.
And it's San Antonio's ball. They're on a 10-2 run here. Outside Barnes. From behind the arc. Paul George pulls down the board. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
When we talk about wings in the NBA, George is as good as anyone passing the rock.
Here's Castle. And he lays it up and in. Castle's got 4 points in the quarter.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And Kyle Lowry is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
On defense, Philadelphia. It's a 16-point game. Wembanyama scanning the floor. Barnes, no good. Outside Grimes. Back to Oubre. Rebound by San Antonio. On offense, here are the Spurs. They're on a 12-4 run. Wembanyama, no good. Now Philadelphia with it. Pass to Embiid. Strong finish by Embiid.
2 strong points from Embiid. His MO is to own the painted area.
Wembanyama screen. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Oubre. 76ers trail by 14. And here's George. Driving inside. Got it. That bucket makes him just 3 for 10.
Yeah, great job by George. Now, part of what makes him such a great wing is his crazy ability off the bounce.
Outside Wembanyama. Poke loose. Oh, George with a steal. And here they go. Here's Grimes. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
It's both from the stripe. Here's Castle. He has 6. Down low. Pass to Cornet. Now Castle. He's guarded by Lowry. Just 5 to shoot. From deep 3-point land. Castle misses.
We've seen him make that shot, but not all that often.
Well, that's the shot where if you make it, everything's fine. But if not, you're going to hear about it. Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Lowry. Second personal foul. Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's McLaughlin. With 1 on the clock. And we've reached halftime in this one. San Antonio on top. They're up by 10. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Spurs lead by 10. Kicks it out to Barnes. Here's the 3. They get it back. Cornet. And that one's good with extra effort on the glass. Cornet's got 12 points in the game. And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul so far.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Now Castle. Pass to Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
You can tell Castle values the chance to set another guy up. He's not trying to do it all by himself out there.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks, B.A. The Spurs last season acquiring De'Aaron Fox. He said what this team struggled with are the things that I bring. Self-creation, being able to touch the paint, getting into the teeth of the defense and collapsing it. And regardless of how well I'm playing in a game, I still command attention. My guys never just leave me. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. In a lot of ways, Paul George has been the prototype of the modern swingman, Grant.
Yeah, 6'8", and with his versatile skill set, plug and play on any team. But health has been a challenge as of late. Now in his mid-30s, can he maintain that elite level?
3 on the clock. Here's Cornet. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Cornet's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he's been an ideal teammate tonight, really creating plenty of looks with his passing.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him, and And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled it.
Kicks it to George. For three. And that's up and in. 5 for 12 in this game.
And great range is a big part of why George is a high-level scorer.
To the inside. Cornette. Good work defensively by Drummond.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And here's a timeout from Mitch Johnson. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. So both teams making some changes here. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Wembanyama. And no good. The dry spell continues. Maxey on the wing. Outside Grimes. Pass to Edgecombe. Philadelphia moving it around. Misses the three. San Antonio leading by 6. Inside. Out of bounds. It'll be Sixers ball.
Sixers ball.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Outside Grimes. To the left side wing. Pass to Edgecombe. He takes it in. The kick out to Maxey. Here's Bona. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Yeah, taking away the lead is never easy, but a rally like this is how you do it.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Here's Bona. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
And now that's a momentum builder for sure. So important in a close game.
Look at his teammates here. They love it. Plays like that gonna get them going.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
He flashes to the rim and is met with no resistance.
Spurs lead by 4. Pass to Vassell. Outside Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Assisted.
Yeah, you can tell Vassell likes sharing the ball. He's not just looking for his shot.
Maxey with it. He has 7. To the wing, right side. Out to Oubre. Launches it. That shot off the mark. Vassell outside. Outside Wembanyama. Oh, not enough to slow down Wembanyama.
Well, that's what they're looking for. Get Wembanyama inside, and his height is impossible to deal with.
Pass to Edgecombe. And a miss there on the triple. San Antonio leading by 8. Here's Harper. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Can't argue with a chance like that. Give me more of those.
Now Grimes. Here's Maxey. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Maxey's got 9.
Yeah, just another shot in Maxey's arsenal. He becomes harder and harder to defend.
Pass to McLaughlin. Now Wembanyama. And San Antonio getting another bucket right there.
Yeah, the great thing about getting the ball to Wembanyama late in the clock is you know he'll get the shot up.
Maxey, that's good. Maxey's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
Outside Barnes. Pass to McLaughlin. Picked his pocket. Here's the break. And here's Oubre from the arc. Vassell with the rebound. San Antonio leading by 8. Hits the front of the rim and out. Now Philadelphia with it. Here's Maxey. Barnes with the rebound. Outside Wembanyama. Pass to Vassell. Four on the clock. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
San Antonio substitution. Number 5. Stephen Castle.
Shot clock at 2. And as it goes out of bounds, San Antonio will keep possession.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Bona. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. And Maxey, here we go. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
He deked the defenders there, and they thought Maxey was going to dish to a big, but instead, he kept it and scored.
The 3 from Barnes. And he's 6 for 12 after that one.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Devin Vassell.
You really can't understate the energy Maxey brings to his game. Not just effort level, but his attitude and how that spreads to his guys out there.
San Antonio leading by 7. Castle left side. Uneasy 2 on the layup. Castle's got 8.
Staying strong inside. Castle got touched up there, but it didn't throw him off.
And there's the screen to the paint. Here's Bona. Some solid defense from Cornet. And here are the Spurs now. At one point, they led by 16. Back to Vassell. And yep, it's good. And now an 11-point Spurs lead.
Now, those were some weight room points from Vassell, flexing his muscles.
Outside Grimes. Fires for 3. Rebound by San Antonio.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
The 3 from Barnes. He hits again. 7 for 13 and looking confident.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
San Antonio foul. Parker. First personal foul. 3rd team foul. Substitution for your 76ers.
The 3, George. That one falls, coming off a Drummond feed. George has got 9 points now in the second half. Castle goes in. And here's Vassell from the arc. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
What a response from Vassell, coming right back with the 3 of his own.
All right, Stan, Devin Vassell, a proven scorer, now with some experience under his belt. What do you make of him? Oh, my! Wow. Throw it down!
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, just a vicious slam from Castle. You know, I have a feeling we'll see a few more of those over the next few years. He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Barnes, it's good.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
It's George on the wing. Gordon outside. From deep.
That's a great contest by Vassell. He's got the tools to be a very good defender.
Castle for three. And Watford pulls it down.
That's a look he couldn't pass up. He just couldn't get it to go.
Right side Maxey. Drummond with the bucket. Drummond's got 15.
Well, if Drummond's going to score, the paint is where it's going to happen.
Pass to Cornette. From 15 feet away. Just 3 to shoot. It's stolen by Drummond. George in the post. Back to Maxey. The 3 is up. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Spurs.
San Antonio, 100.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. '76ers trail by 14. Here's Lowry. Out to Gordon. Now here's Drummond. Back to Watford. Let's go with a 3. Lays out. And it's Cornette with a rebound. And they're pushing it up. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Team foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Number 30.
Wembanyama down low. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go on Trendon Watford.
Yeah, such a difficult frame to guard. Wembanyama draws the foul easily.
And Grant, offensively, Wemby has a lot of different options. Talk about his game.
Well, put simply, we've never seen a 7-footer with this array of skills. He's an efficient shooter from anywhere, and the length to just about ignore defenders. I mean, he's got it all.
Shot clock at 6. The shot by Watford, no good.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
On defense, the Sixers. They trail by 16.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Second personal foul.
And here's George. Pass to Lowry. George in the post. And Andre Drummond is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Spurs lead by 18. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Outside Wembanyama. The 3 is up. Gets the 3 ball to go. Wembanyama's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Scouts love this from Wembanyama, a big who can hit smooth three-point shots.
And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Nice shot by Wembanyama.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Fires the 3. It doesn't go for him. Out on his own on the break. Pass to Watford to get back on track.